Hello, so I'm going to be making that tutorial just so you can read the notes. So I basically just went into your note system and I dragged the text note from over here into our graph. And yeah, I'm just going to leave everything by default like it is over here. And to interact with it, now we need to add the notes component into our character. So I'm going to go into our side scroller character. I'm going to open it up. And I'm going to add the notes component. So you can see over here already that they have a trace length. This is probably has to do with the detection system. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add the notes component. And I'm going to grab the, what's it called? The note you are looking at. So let me find the reference and find out where that is set. And that is set over here. So I'm going to double click that open. And we have over here, so the note trace, you can see that it's very similar to how I did my the thing on my system. So again, we're going to do the same thing. So I'm going to, instead of player camera, I'm going to get the owner. So this is inside the notes component and it's in the event graph. I'm going to get the owner. I'm going to get the forward, yeah, I guess the forward vector. And then I'm going to get actor location. And I'm going to replace this node by a sphere trace for objects. Now remember, our object type needs to be our nodes. So let's go into our text node and we can see our static mesh. It is of the type world dynamic. So we need to make sure over here that we are blocking, sorry, over here, that we are blocking world dynamic. We can trace complex. Yeah, so, and now we can just get actor location and plug it in here. We can alt control click and drag to grab this. And connect this to the end. Just like that. We can go ahead and delete this. Sorry, I think I made a mistake. Yeah, we need to connect this to the get actor location and we need to connect this to the end. Sorry, it's like this. And now we can go ahead and delete these two. We can alt control click and drag to connect this stuff. And now we can go ahead and delete this node. And we are left with this. And now the radius, it's basically going to be the trace size as well. So I'm going to do something like 2 meters. And to just see that if this is working, I'm going to set this to be for duration. And now if I go ahead and play, nothing's happening. Why is that? This is not triggering. Oh, this probably only triggers. No, this should be working. Let me think. Let me press a breakpoint. This is very useful if you want to debug. So you can add a breakpoint. And if the code ever reaches this node, it's going to trigger it and pause the game. So what we can see right now, it's actually not triggering. Let me find out why. So I'm going to find the reference of this. And the node trace is only being called in the character. So it's being called on event tick. So the reason that is not triggering is because we need to also call this on our side scroller character. So let's go ahead and copy this. So Control C. Let's go into our side scroller character. Let's find our event tick. So you can just search it. In this case, it's not being used. So we can just drag this over here. And we can connect our nodes component. And now the player camera, we can get it, although we don't need it. So I'm just going to get a random camera, side view camera, whatever, because I'm not using it actually. I'm using the owner. But now this should be working. So I'm going to remove the breakpoint, and I'm going to make this just for 1 frame because we're calling it on event tick. So now if I play, we should see, yeah, you can see the radius of the note, and now you can see that the note is actually being found. There we go. In the trace, but now it's actually not doing anything. So again, let me investigate why that is. So I'm going to grab this code, and I'm going to paste it in my side scroller character, and I'm just going to change this to a key like you need to find a key that is not already being used by your game. So I'm going to search for something like tab. So if I press tab, it's going to run that code. And let's go ahead and play. And there you go. You can see that I can see the oh, tab actually has a function already. So you can see that I have picked up the note. And now everything that you need to do is basically you can just go ahead and copy and paste all of this. So you can see that probably the interaction widget is not opening because we do not have the HUD. So you probably need to go ahead and grab the HUD and add it into the event begin play. So let's go, I'm just going to do it over here in the middle and just paste that in. Connect everything up. And I'm going to go ahead and also copy the rest of all this stuff. So Control C. Let me find here. I'm going to delete it and just paste everything. And everything should work. If you didn't change the name of your component, everything should compile fine. And now, if we press E, or we should have the widget pop up. Yeah, you can already see it there. And we can press E to read. Now, the widget is not going away for some reason, so let me figure out why that is. First of all, let me go into over here and let me make sure that this is no longer debugging. And I'm guessing the widget has some problem in it, so let me go into my side scroller. Let me find my event begin play again. Begin play. Let's browse to our player HUD, which is used by that system. We can see it over here. Let's go into our graph. And you can already see this is a very, very bad practice. I don't know why the Marketplace creator did this, but it's casting to the notes character. Obviously, we're not using that. We are using the side scroller. So we need to cast to side scroller character. And just hold Control, click, and drag to reconnect these pins. Actually, we can't reconnect that one. We need to get the notes component again. And now we can connect it here. And we can delete that one. And now it should work. So let's compile and save. Play. So as I approach the note, you can see we have our keys over there. And if I press E, it's going to open it up. And now it disappears. So we can press J to see the notes. And yeah, everything is working the same. No errors, everything is working fine. So that's basically how you add stuff in. So it's a little bit complex. Now, again, I don't really like the way that the creator casted to your own character, because then it forces you to use that character. So remember to change this. And but yeah, everything else should work fine as I did it. And yeah, that's going to be it. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.